1,
2,
3.
4.
All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Second Opinions. I'm your host, Briley. This is my co-host, Vision.
What up?
And we got some mystery topics today and a brief rundown of pretty much who we are, who I am, who Vision is, and first we have a poll that we'd like to discuss. Vision, if you'd like to discuss what our poll is today.
Okay. Well, since our podcast today is about us as a person and getting to know us a little bit, I wanted to take the time and get to know our audience as well. So, Sprilly has created a post on Twitter about our topic, which is what type of person are you? And meaning, like, are you a type A personality, a type B personality, and type C? If you don't know what those are, type A is like, I would call an ambitious, organized, eager type of person, like the alpha or whatever. And type B is like the beta, which is like a relaxed person that can tolerate change, more of like just a relaxed type of individual. And type C, most uncommon through some sciences and everything, but I would say like as a true introvert type of person, more hard focused on doing their own thing or whatever they're interested in.
All right, and you can find out how to answer that poll in the description. It'll be a Twitter link. Click on that. It'll come to my recent post. It'll ask you type A, type B, type C, and you can click from there. And if you're coming from Twitter, then this might be the first time that you've seen this podcast. So, welcome to Second Opinions.
Welcome.
If this is your first podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Once again, let us know in the poll what type of person you are, and let's get into our first segment.
I have a question though. What do you think our poll is gonna be like?
I feel like we got some type A people. I feel like we'll have a lot of type A's.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of type C's. Just like people searching the web, just being introvert, focusing on their own thing.
What type of person do you think you are?
If I had to pick one, I'd probably say type A, just because I feel like I'm organized and ambitious. I'm always like eager to do new things. Like you just brought the podcast up to me, and within like one day we just had it like ready to go.
Ready to go, ready to record.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like down, just like day one. What type of person do you think you are?
I feel like I'm a type C person.
Ah, the introvert.
Oh yeah, I definitely would like to say I'm more introverted. I have my moments of confidence where I like to hide my introvert and I try to be out there and super confident and stuff, but I'm definitely an introvert.
I definitely feel like you have traits of a type A though, as well.
I do believe I have some type A traits as well, but once again, if I have to lean towards the side,
Right.
I think it'd be C.
I want to point out something. You said that you were a type C, but you said we'd have more type A's. And I said I was a type A, but we'd have more type C's.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know the psychology behind
That's
that.
funny. Yeah.
But that was interesting to me.
That is really interesting that we both kind of assumed the other's personality.
And F all those type B's. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck type. No, okay. Maybe that's why we're such good friends. Maybe it's because you're a type A and I'm a type C.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the psychologies behind it, but it's just interesting to know what people think. Maybe that could be one of our topics later on. It's like if we get a lot of responses on this, we could do some research about those types of individuals and see what
that'd
we
be
find
really
out.
cool. You got 4 days to answer that poll. So if it's been over 4 days and the poll's probably closed up by now, but if so, let us know down in the comments. We'd still really love to know.
Absolutely. Always open. Anything you guys want to say, comment section's there.
Oh, and once again, that reminds me, in the comments, if you have something, a topic that you want us to talk about, comment it down below, and we will more than likely respond to the topic. Just put a topic down in the comments, something you'd like to hear us discuss, and more than likely, and since it's our super early stages of the podcast, if you comment, more than likely, we're going to respond to that and talk about it.
Yes, I agree. All right, so what is our goal for today? What are you gonna start us off with?
Well, first, for our first segment, we'll be just talking about us,
All
talking
right.
about who we are, and I guess I can kick that off first. So, I'm Spirilli, and I do have a real name. I don't know if I want to discuss my real name yet, but I am Spirilli, and I'm only 19, so I haven't exactly lived a whole life of telling, but I pretty much just went to high school, graduated high school, went into the National Guard, and that was quite the experience joining the military. But pretty close to when graduation time came around, my knees were getting really messed up from all of the exercises, so ended up getting some bad knees and wasn't able to graduate. So ended up coming back, moved over by where Vision lives, and that's how we met. I ended up getting a job. We started working at the same place, and met with Vision. We have, I guess, technically different types of personalities, but we connected pretty good and ended up being good friends.
Pretty quickly, really.
Oh yeah, pretty quickly. And because of my knees, I wasn't able to hang on to the job, and he let me have a place to stay, and ended up moving out, moving to a different state. But of course, we still stay connected, still working on my knees and VA benefits. But that's pretty much my story so far.
And it happened so like rapid. It was
Oh
like
yeah,
we were like friends. Boom. A couple weeks later, he moved into my house. Boom. And then all of a sudden, you're just like gone. You just moved
yeah.
away. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like one of my good friends is now gone.
I know because I moved back to my hometown, which is like an hour away from where Vision is, and once I moved back to my hometown, within like 5 months, maybe 4 months, I'm now like 16 hours away.
Yep. Hey, that's what we got internet, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what this
Oh,
podcast is for. It's just
right.
an excuse for me to talk to you now.
Right. Oh, I do have a question about your story though.
Yeah, so
How did you figure out the name Spirilli?
that's a really good question. So it's actually a really good question. I was looking for names for a friend, and he wanted to change his gamer tag to something, and I was like looking through like people's like ideas of get just like on the internet, and people are like, oh, Fatal and the Reaper and all these like dumb things, and I saw Spirilli as one of the answers. And I originally told him about it because I'm like, wow, Spirilli, that sounds cool. And he was like, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, but I thought I liked it. And so I Googled up the name like Spirilli to like see what it meant, and it meant nothing. Like nothing about Spirilli came up. There wasn't a single word. So I was like, wow, if I become Spirilli, I will literally be the only Spirilli. Like if people hear Spirilli and they look it up, like they're going to find me. Like they're not gonna find anything else. It's only gonna be me and like my brand. So I got rid of the Aries, what I used to be, and I made myself Spirilli.
So yeah, if you see videos of Aries, this is the same dude.
Yep, you'll see lots of montages posted to this channel because I am quite the game guy, and some of my old clips, which I think is only my first montage. Those are still all me, just because they're not Spirilli.
Yeah,
Those
you didn't
are
really talk about that
all
much.
still me.
I expected to hear more about your gaming and like your favorite games and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well, I have a lot of different games I play. Should I play super competitive? I wanted to play Call of Duty professionally, and I did it like amateurly. I played a lot of like game battles and like MLG tournaments and stuff, but never became pro, unfortunately. That was kind of like
No
what I was
way.
wanting to do, and then I moved off the Call of Duty scene and started playing other games, and now I'm trying to hit max rank in Rainbow Six Siege, which is champion, and trying to hit Grand Champ in Rocket League, and it's just a grind. But yeah, I do. I play a ton of games. If you guys want to message me, we could play some games.
Yeah. I feel like that's where your type A comes in. like your type A personality. It's like you're so
Yeah.
competitive in those video games, you know, but then anything outside of that, you're just so introvert, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just who you are.
That's true. I feel like when I'm by myself, I'm more introverted, like, 'cause I can control that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll be
Ooh,
more
you like
introverted.
control.
But yeah, oh. But if I'm like talking to a girl or something, I can't be all introverted and shy, you know. So that's when the type A comes out, and I'm trying
Right.
to be all confident and stuff. Or like if I'm like talking to a friend, I
Or
can
you're
things
just
like,
being
oh,
19.
yeah, exactly.
All right. So I guess my turn, I suppose,
Yeah, let me know about you.
because everybody wants to hear about me. No, I'm just kidding. So my name is Vision. Will not say my real name. Um, I'm 25. I've been like around a lot of places, but I like to be, you know. So I lived in Oregon for about 5 years. I don't live there currently. I wish I did. Oregon is probably the most beautiful place on earth. If anybody lives in Oregon, shout out for sure, because you guys got the most beautiful state, and that is not
True.
a topic. That is a fact.
It is so beautiful.
But um, I actually have a college degree. Well, started going to college for computer science, and then realized that coding wasn't really my thing. I went down to Salt Lake City for coding and for Newmont University. So anybody here from Newmont University, shout out, because that's some hard ass work. Um, so I dropped out of Newmont after like a year. I just wasn't feeling it. Like I passed all my classes and everything, and then I got to C++, and I was like, that's kind of hard. And if it's already hard and it's something that I'm not passionate about, I'm not gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so moved back to my hometown and got a college degree in auto body and auto mechanics. And I'm totally doing so much with that right now, being on a podcast. And I don't do that for a job currently. I just have that degree and have that experience, and I want to go back to school for graphic design. And I'm really into music, which is how I got all my recording stuff to do this, is from the music I create. Because when I lived in Oregon, I started to make music because of a low point in my life. And man, I'll tell you, when you are at a very low point in your life and you need help and there's nobody there, turn to music, because music will turn your life around like you wouldn't even imagine, especially if you're an artist. Um,
Oh yeah.
so if you have a passion for that, like, I know not a lot of people make it, but you just gotta have that grind and that fire in your soul to just grind it out. And even if you don't make it, if you just do it for a hobby and you're passionate about it, who cares? Like, just love what you do and be who you are. There's nothing wrong with who you are as a person. And that's kind of the reason why I want to know what type of personalities we have out there. Because I get to see a bunch of people agreeing with me and some people not, you know what I mean? But back to me, I guess. I do have a couple albums. Well, I'm in the middle of an album, but I have one album out as another alias. I used to be called Casper. I recently just changed to Vision. The reason I chose Casper at the beginning is because, well, I'm white and I'm very pale. And so I just thought Casper was fitting, and it's Casper with a K if you're trying to look it up. It's CasperOnTheBeat.com, SoundCloud. You can find
Link in
it
the
there.
description.
But now I recently changed the Vision just because I feel like my mission, for lack of a better word, has changed. Just because the point in my life that I was making music originally is not rooted to me as much as it has been. And I feel like my rhythm and style has changed and progressed as an artist, that I needed a new alias. And it's something that was more permanent. I feel like Vision is going to stay, just because Vision is like every song that I want to make, or person that I want to like influence or inspire, there's a set mission. Everything has a set mission, a set goal. There's just a vision to it, you know what I mean? So That's why
I
I'm
like that.
Vision. That's who I am, and that's it. If you have any questions, comment below.
Yeah. Like I said, link in the description, and make sure you check him out.
Check it. Check it.
Check it. He's way better than he gives himself credit for. That's a guarantee. So
Nah,
if you like that NF style music, but like with its own twist
I
on it,
I wouldn't even compare my don't. Yeah, I wouldn't compare myself to
uh,
NF.
like I said,
Maybe
like I said, he's better than he gives himself credit for.
right. It's just if you want something that's different than what's out there, check it out. If you don't want to check it out, don't check it out. I don't care. I
Check
do
it
it for
out.
me,
Link in the description.
but I also do it for the people I want to inspire. You know what I mean? Like music's supposed to be a thing that is there for people and have a passion about that. Have like there's so much emotion, different emotions in music that every genre has that mood for lack for every person out there. You know.
Yeah.
And for every person that says, "Oh, my favorite music is country," it's probably because they uh, have a favorite song that puts them in that mood. You know, that just like sets them back, like back in time, or like puts them in a romance mood or whatever. You know, every genre has that style.
All right. Well, are you ready to get into segment two?
Segment 2, do it
Segment
up.
two. All right. I feel like I should start with my mystery subject.
Oh, here we go.
And if this is your first time
Drum roll.
watching, our
That.
mystery subjects are something to discuss, something we can get second opinions about from you guys, the audience. But it's something I know and he doesn't, or something he knows and I don't know.
Perfect. Let's get it on.
All right. So the first mystery subject will be defunding the police.
Defunding the police, man. You just have
Def-
like strike for the throat.
Defunding the police, straight for the throat, attacking. We went
All right.
from casual conversation to defunding the police.
That's how it is.
That's
All
how it
right.
is
So,
here
what's
in
your
this
opinion on it?
podcast.
So, what do you know of it? Enlighten me.
I'm not too familiar with it. I don't want to say I know everything. I haven't done like a couple days worth of research on it, but I do know that especially in Atlanta, where things are going down and all these cops have like called in with the blue flu and stuff, and like
The
no
blue flu.
police are working. They're wanting to defund the police, and so far, what I believe it's going for that city, it's kind of gonna be like a little trial thing. But I personally don't see any reason why police departments should be defunded.
Okay. So, what are they defunding like specifically?
They're just gonna get like less money for everything, really.
Damn.
Like,
So, well, they have to go drive around the 1980s cruisers now instead of the high-tech new ones.
yeah, like they're not gonna be getting all the new gear, the best weapons and stuff. I heard, I don't even know if this is real or not, but
Fake news.
fake news, I know, but about taking like guns away from some of the police in like certain like districts, and there's no way that that can happen.
Maybe not taking them away, but like maybe giving them less. I don't. Yeah.
Well, what if you're that officer that doesn't have a weapon, and then someone draws on you and you're like, oh, guess I'm fucked,
I don't think that's gonna happen. They can't.
Exactly.
You're an officer of the law. Like if you're a good officer, you're gonna need a gun, especially now. I mean, who knows, dude?
And I'll show you what I'm reading. I'll leave a link once again, a link in the description of our topic. Minneapolis, Minnesota, where George Floyd was killed, announced plans to dismantle its police department, and other cities like Los Angeles announced funding cuts to police.
Okay, see, funding cuts, I can see.
But dismantling the police department?
I don't care like what's going on. I feel like there's always gonna need. You're gonna have to have a presence of some kind of law.
Yeah, or otherwise it'd be
Like,
mayhem. People could do whatever they want, man.
yeah, turn back in the Wild West, and like, what is gonna happen? And people are just gonna get. I
Yeah,
mean,
people could just go on rampages. I mean, all these serial killers are like, all right, I'll move to Minneapolis where there's no police department.
well,
Go murder
I
a
could
couple
see.
folks and
I can see people being like they. It's already happening that way. Like it's the Wild West. Police can do whatever they want because there's so many killings and nothing's happening. But like, I don't. I don't know. Like, do you really think defunding's the answer? Well, they should really do an investigation and go see who was all dirty and everything.
yeah,
You know, like,
it really depends on like how much it's getting defunded.
you know, I don't know. That's a good one. That's controversial for sure. Mine's definitely not that good. I like your topic.
Yeah,
I
and
feel like
then
it's gonna get a lot of hits.
as well on this is talking about how like racism has jumped up. But I don't want to like get too deep into like the racism topic. I want to stay more on like the defunding police,
Right.
the main thing. But
But
really wish
I
that there
mean,
was a lot more I could go off on this.
I mean, you can't just take out the race of it just because you don't want to talk about it. I mean, the reason why it's all happening is because of a race war.
That is true.
Like,
Yeah, it's happening because of this.
yeah, it's
Well,
like happening
then in
because of
that
this.
case, apparently from 2015, 51 people thought racism was a big problem. 51% of people, and now it's supposedly 76% of Americans.
I wonder. I
I
want
don't
them
know
to
where they get these numbers because nobody
Right.
ever asked me. But
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's on your census. You pull out your ballot and you're like, "Are you a racist?" They're like, check, no." And they're like, "Oh, that's what they think."
well, it's not are you a racist, but it's whether you think it's a big problem.
Yeah. I mean, could it be the same question? No.
Pretty much, probably. Nah.
No. But I don't know, dude. Race is touchy. Everything's touchy. Like there's so many sensitive people nowadays that I don't understand how people can be so sensitive. Like oh, Johnny took my macaroni and cheese, so now I'm gonna bring a fucking gun to school and shoot him. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah, it is absolutely ridiculous. So what are your main thoughts on defunding the police? You think it should happen? You think it shouldn't happen? You think there should be some
Defunding
testing?
the police?
Yeah.
I just need some more information on it. Honest. I mean, it depends on what they're defunding.
Yeah, and it's honestly the reason why it's so hard to get too much information is because it's something that's kind of in the process. It's all ideas that are circulating and stuff
Yeah.
of people wanting to have the police defunded or being dismantled.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Since it's your topic.
I think it's okay for some like maybe some tests to go down in some cities or some like major cities, especially maybe like Minneapolis. I don't think Minneapolis should dismantle its police department, but even like big places like Los Angeles, maybe some like certain districts, because I know they have like multiple districts in Los Angeles. There should just be some small testing first on how it should be.
I guess it might also matter like what type of areas are there in the area. You know, like you could have
Yeah.
like some very low poverty areas, like so the very high crime rate is what I'm trying to say. Like if there's very high crime rate in that area or very low crime rate, maybe they should be defunded a little bit in the low crime rate because why would they need all those like all the big guns? Maybe that's what keeps it low.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like I don't know. There's so many things about it. It's like you just need more information, you know?
And maybe even I'm thinking like places like Chicago should be
Yeah.
more funded.
Yeah, maybe
Like-
they could take the defunded ones and give that money to the more.
Yeah, especially I feel like places of poverty should have more funding for police departments because it's tends to be in the more poverty areas where there's more crime
Right.
because a lot of the people who are struggling with poverty sometimes go to crime to be able to survive.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a lot higher of like crime rates in cities like Chicago.
It could be. Or maybe there's just crazy people. Not in
Maybe it's just
Chicago,
crazy
but I mean
people.
just like in general. Alright. You got anything else on your topic?
Not really. Once again, I guess just to kind of summarize, it's just a concept, really. That's all. Yeah, even in this, one of the words I just read is a concept. Like it's all a new concept coming up to defunding. Nothing is set yet, which is why there's not a ton of information on it,
Yeah.
which I apologize for.
When have they said that they might make a decision? Or is there even a deadline?
There's not necessarily a deadline. It's just kind of all in the works.
I see.
I do want to look more into Minneapolis's dismantling the police department, but that's a topic for another day.
Right. Don't you just love that? Where they have like no decision made or have no idea what's going on, but they just throw it out.
But they want to be like, hey, let's let the public know.
Like, this is an idea that we have. What do you think? Oh, just kidding. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright. So my topic of the day, I'm going to tone it down just a little bit. It's about the return of the NBA.
Yes.
So,
That's why I love this podcast.
because it just jumps around everywhere, right?
It can be anything.
Right. So, obviously the biggest concern for the NBA return is if, like, what happens to COVID. Because not a lot of people are talking about it. And, like, it's just been, like, it went from COVID to race, and now it's just, like, NBA is like, we have to see where COVID is if we want to return. So right now, they're supposed to return on June 23rd. Or, that's when the coaches and players are allowed to get back into the facilities in June 23rd.
Okay.
And they're gonna, and so they're gonna have 13 teams from the Western Conference and 9 teams from the Eastern Conference to play 8 regular season seeding games before a possible play-in series. And so the top 3 teams in the West right now are Lakers, Clippers, and Nuggets, respectively. And then in the East, that's the Milwaukee Bucks, the Toronto Raptors, and the Boston Celtics, the top 3. So the play-in tournament will include like number 8 and number 9 teams in a conference. If the 9th seed finishes the regular season with 4 games of the 8th, in that case, the number 9 seed would need to beat the number 8 seed.
Okay.
So, players have the option to participate in all of this if they want to or not. But they're going to take a pay cut. Extreme. Well, I mean, extreme to me, because millions of dollars from playing a game, that's extreme. But
That is very extreme.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's a topic. I'm going to bring another topic after this. Sorry, you can keep going.
Okay. So, if the team determines a player is at a higher risk for severe illness like COVID-19, they'll be designated as a protected player, and they won't lose salary. But if they're... it's just... I don't know. It's just kind of strange. You know, they got to do a whole bunch of works and everything, all that junk to do it, but... So, for example, if a player is making $10 million per year, will lose roughly $108,000 per game if they missed it up to 14 games. Like, that's outrageous.
That's outrageous. That's
like more than I've made my entire life. Straight up, you know what I mean? But okay,
That's
so
insane.
back to the COVID regulations. It's like they don't know the terms of what they're gonna do right now. But the questions that they're asking to be able to give a player the option to come back in is like, what happens if a player tests positive? Where are the teams staying? What does a game day look like? You know, are they going to allow people in? Which I don't think they will. Like audiences, I mean.
Which even then, like, stadiums lose out on a ton of money.
Yeah. Is it worth even doing? I mean, I'm sure.
Like, you're not gonna, like, stadiums won't get ticket sales. They're not gonna get concession sales. They're not gonna get like their box sales, and then like, how are they gonna pay
But it's
staff?
better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing
because those games will be televised, and like millions of people will watch those games just because it's an NBA game and you can't be there to watch it in person. So of course, the just TV ratings are going to skyrocket. So they're going to get money from that. They're not going to be doing it for nothing.
Especially with people still being home during all this stuff, because even though COVID is a less talked about subject now, and quarantines are lifting everywhere, there's still a ton of people who are at home and a ton of people who are still on unemployment who will be at home ready to watch the NBA season.
Right. So I guess my opinion on it is like if they should be doing it, if they should be returning or not. And I think it's okay. I think they should, as long as they do it in the right manner, like not allowing people in if they're that worried about COVID and everything. And obviously somebody needs to be a champion and needs to like finish the season out, because there's been a lot of good games this year. And so if you want to say who you think wins going to be winning this whole deal, like comment below. I guess we can make that one of our polls too.
Go Golden State.
No. Dude, they're not even... No. Have you even watched this season?
No, I haven't watched this season.
Golden State is not even in the conversation, bro.
Hey, I'm still a fan. They don't have to be good for me to be a fan.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, they're not even up here. I like the Blazers. Well, I mean, they do have a play-in series, but their record is super low.
I miss when Golden State had like a literal all-star team.
Oh yeah.
Those were the days.
Back-to-back championship, and everybody had something to say at the end of the year.
Oh yeah. Hashtag defund Golden State.
That's awesome. Good stuff. But, I mean, that's all I really got on that. Who do you think is going to win it all? And it's not Golden State, sorry.
No, it's not Golden State. I'd like to see the Raptors win it, to be honest. I know the Raptors stand a chance. Yeah.
Well, they got a chance.
I'd like to see the Raptors.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Who do you think?
You know, I hate to say it, but it's probably going to be LA.
That was going to be
Lakers.
My second. That was going to be who I would have assumed second, which honestly would be nice for Kobe.
Dude, their
It'd be a good season to win.
Their off-season free agent signings and trades and all that was just, like, off the hook. I thought it was, like, super, like, efficient of them. But Clippers did a good deal, too. I mean, they got Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard's a beast.
I don't know. There's so many good players right now on different teams, and, like, so many good teams being up in the top, and, like, it's been very interesting. Like, the Nuggets are a surprise.
The Nuggets
Even
are
the
definitely
Jazz.
a surprise. The Nuggets and the Jazz haven't been a talked about team for a while.
For a while. Yeah. I mean, even the Phoenix Suns are in there, but they're down there.
Hey, they got E-Book, don't they? They still got Booker?
Yeah, they got Booker. That's why they're there.
That's true, exactly. Because Booker is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. My surprise team that's in there is the Washington Wizards. Like, I
forgot they existed.
I cannot believe that they're in there.
I forgot that Washington Wizards are a team.
Yep.
Imagine playing for the Wizards. Yikes. No offense.
They haven't really been relevant since Michael Jordan went there.
Exactly.
But I rest my case.
And also with that, I know that for NFL, there was not necessarily a joke going around, but like a general question from like the National Football League, NFL, was like, if we have our games and no one can attend the audience, like, do you want like fake cheers in the background? Because you know how weird it would be if like Odell Beckham gets some like disgusting one-hand catch in the end zone and it's just silent.
Yeah.
No one, like, you got the sidelines like, yeah.
I think they would use like the sound system in the stadium still. So if they played some music or like some cheer tape or whatever.
Yeah. I just need to say, just loud. I don't know, because I think it'd be weird without fans screaming. Like, that's just what you usually hear after like a touchdown or an insane play. You hear the crowd, especially with the Seahawks. Go Seahawks! The 12th man. It's gonna be quiet.
It
12th
is.
man ain't
It's
gonna
gonna be.
exist.
It's gonna be very strange. It's something that
And
not
same thing for the NBA,
current players
which is your
or
topic,
old
and
players
yeah,
have experienced. Yeah.
it's gonna be so weird. I feel like that'll almost like bring morale down for teams, like, because
Well,
I feel like if I play for the NFL, man, playing in front of thousands of people like cheering when I get on the field, like that's a huge thing. Like it'd probably just feel like another day at practice, or just like a scrimmage against another team when you're out there playing.
yeah. Well, I mean, it also like you gotta have the passion for it. I'm sure just because there's
Oh
nobody
yeah,
there. Like when I played football, I didn't care if anybody was there or not. You know, I just wanted to play.
that is true. And of course, these guys getting into the NFL have a ton of passion for the sport.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and skill.
Oh yeah. Anything else you'd like to touch on?
Well, I did find a schedule, like a timeline that the NBA has. So like today, as of June 23rd, head coaches can begin working with players in voluntary workouts, and initial COVID-19 testing begins. Um, so tomorrow is the deadline for non-participating players to notify teams in order to be excused. And so they're going to have a training camp in Florida with 3 scrimmages per team on July 9th through the 29th. And so the playoffs won't officially begin until August 17th. Deadline for early entry candidates to declare for the 2020 draft.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, there you have
It's
it.
going to be nuts.
It's a crazy year, 2020.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long time before anything like this ever happens. It's just that off year.
Yep.
Like I wouldn't be
And, you know,
surprised
people-
if for the next future years if things can go as they normally were, but people will always remember 2020 being that year.
Yeah, they're like, I can see clearly now. It's 2020, and it's like, what the
The
hell
rain is
happened?
gone. It's like, because in the beginning of 2020, there's a whole stuff going on in like Iraq and like Afghanistan, and people were like, "Oh, World War III is gonna start," and then there are all sorts of like memes on World War III, and like one of the U.S. embassy was like getting like raided, and people were like really afraid of like a World War III breaking out, and then after that.
If you
I can't even remember what happened after the whole World War III thing, but something else happened in 2020 after that. I can't remember.
We're gonna have to do some research. If you want us to recap the 2020 year so far, go ahead and leave a comment in the
Yeah.
comment section, and we'll do a whole recap of 2020 and what our thoughts are on it.
Yeah, people are saying in July 2020 is just going to be the end of the fucking world. It's done.
Yeah. Well, they said that in 2012.
well, COVID-19 happened. Like, how can it get much worse than a national pandemic? And then people started rioting and killing each other, and like, oh, that's how.
Yeah. They're like, what's COVID?
Yeah, everyone forgot. Now COVID has gone up 91%. Someone said, which I don't know where they got that number from.
I
91% of
I
what?
don't
But
think that's statistically
yeah,
right. Anyway.
well, on to a third and very short one. Something I'd like to discuss.
Ooh, you got a
Is-
third mystery topic?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah. I've told you. I gotta. See, it's a mystery that I have another mystery topic.
Ooh, I like mysteries. All right. Hit it on me. Let's go.
Got him. So, of course, I'm touching over this one because I play a lot of games. So,
You your damn games.
there is. Which, by the way, if you played The Last of Us 2, let me know. It's a really good game so far. I'm not getting to play it. I have to watch gameplay, but amazing that this has been waited for 7 years now. Really good game so far. Which I know is
Been that long?
also everyone thinks. Yeah, everyone thinks different things. Some people are like, oh, 10 out of 10. Some people are like, oh, this game sucks. But that could be a subject for another day. Let us know in the comments. But the mystery subject is off a a streaming platform for gaming called Mixer. And it's just like Twitch, and you can stream video games there on Mixer. And that's where Ninja signed like $100 million deal to stream exclusively on Mixer, and Shroud signed like a $30 million deal to stream exclusively on Mixer. Like, these guys are making stupid amounts of money. And
Money.
but recently, for Mixer, there's been some racist stuff going on. And
Oh.
one of the, I guess just
See
best
that
way to
coming.
best way to describe it is one of the black folks who work there. He said that he came out with a whole post. I wish I could find it, which I'll try to find it and put it in the description. But he came out with a long thing about how he was the only black person who was there, and that he believes he was hired so that way they could fill like a race quota, pretty much. Like, so like, hey, we're diverse type of thing. And some stuff on like how his like opinions didn't matter, and like when he was like in for a meeting with one of like the head people at like Mixer for like the team that he was like working for. He was at a meeting, and she was using some sort of like analogy about how she's like the slave master, and like all the streamers are like her slaves and stuff like that. And she was saying that to him, and he's like, yo, that is not okay. So he was like trying to quit.
Yeah, that is not okay.
Yeah, so he was trying to quit his job because that was extremely racist and unprofessional. And
of course.
And it got denied. It got like looked into by like court and stuff, and like they couldn't find like too much proof on it. But with everything coming out, people like streamers on Mixer are like, yeah, I'm not streaming for this company anymore if they're this racist and stuff. And Mixer's completely shutting down. It's going away now. So
ouch.
So Ninja, the pretty much biggest streamer name out there, he sold out for $30 million of Mixer. Like Mixer gave him $30 million. And
it's just like, see ya.
Yeah. Which is insane. Imagine just getting $30 million because the company's going out of business and you get 30 mil off. Like, that's ridiculous. And Shroud, the best gamer ever, by the way, is getting $10 million off this whole ordeal. And they're pretty much like free agents, I guess you could say. So platforms are probably going to offer them some deals. They're probably going to go to Twitch. Everyone started off on Twitch. I wouldn't be surprised if they get more deals from Twitch.
I guess I kind of forgot about Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch has always pretty much been the main streaming platform, and then Mixer kind of came up and started giving deals to all these big streamers and stuff, but now they're racist, so they're going away.
Bye-bye, Mixer. Can't be doing that racist shit.
Yeah, so just a little short segment, something I thought I'd talk about, how this entire streaming platform is now just ending, and people are making millions of dollars off of it, which is crazy. But
yeah, they're going bankrupt too. Out of business, bankrupt, gone.
Oh yeah, they're gone. They're done.
Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take.
Yeah, and they're giving it to or they're like partnering technically with Facebook Gaming, which Facebook Gaming is pretty much just getting like control of Mixer now, I guess. So
strange.
Yeah.
I wonder how that'll go.
I know. I wonder how that looks on. I wonder how that
looks
on Facebook though. Like for them to be taking over like this company, which it's not like they're a racist company and now Facebook's taking over, so they're racist. I think it's actually a better thing. Like it's a turning point for the company. What if they had this planned?
What if Facebook and everything was gonna take over anyway?
I don't think so. They wouldn't have made it about race if it was planned. It's too touchy for what's going on right now with Black Lives Matter and stuff. Present. It is present, but that puts a lot of hate on people.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something to definitely look into.
Like, if I was head of Mixer and, like, this was just a whole setup ordeal to promote Facebook gaming, like I would not want to be, like, the most hated person in the world right now, but to promote Facebook.
That's funny.
But that's just a theory.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
A conspiracy theory.
Alright, well, I think that's going to cut it for us today on Second Opinions. As always, if you want to put your opinions down in the comments and let us know what you think, you're more than welcome to. We're open to all and any comments.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to turn it over to Spirilli to close us out. Peace.
Alright. Well, this is Second Opinions. That was Vision. I'm Spirilli, and I'll catch you in the third episode coming Saturday. So take care, everybody. Make sure you let us know how you feel in the poll. Peace out.